Hello again, I'm Matthew from lightandmatter.org, and I'm back this time with something a little different. A few months ago, this device showed up in the mail. It's called the Tourbox, and the company said that it could help speed up my workflow in Photoshop and Lightroom. They offered to send me one for free to get my opinion on it, and as usual, I said that I'd accept it on the condition that my review will be honest and completely my own, and they agreed. And the nice thing is, the Tourbox is not all that expensive. So here's what I'll do. This is going to be a neutral, good, bad type of video. First, I'll explain a bit about what the thing is and how it's supposed to work. I'll show you how I set it up to work in some non-standard programs, and I'll show you some of the basics of what it looks like in use in a few programs. And I'll try to do all of that without rambling on too much about all of the little details. So let's get into this. The Tourbox is a controller for editing in Photoshop and Lightroom, but it can be used with any software that accepts keyboard shortcuts. It gives us 3 different dials. This one that's like a mouse wheel, this one that's flat, and this one that's a knob. And then there are 11 buttons. 12 if you count the one in the mouse dial. Each of which can be assigned its own function, plus you can assign combinations of buttons with additional functions, so you can get quite a bit of work out of it. The Tourbox itself is much heavier than it looks. I can't let you feel how heavy it is, obviously, but I can let you hear it. So it's not just a flimsy piece of plastic. It feels nice and solid, and it doesn't slide around on my desk when I'm trying to use it, although it still weighs less than a pound if you want to carry it with you when you go to the coffee shop or something. This is how it works. And this is also the beginning of the good section, I suppose. When you open a program like Photoshop, the Tourbox is a lot like having a mouse in your left hand. Twisting the center knob, like this, changes the size of the brush. And this wheel lets you zoom in. Here I'm using the rightmost button to grab the image so that I can navigate around the screen. And the various buttons allow you to choose your favorite tools, like the spot healing brush in this case. Or if you never use the spot healing brush, you can put the gradient tool there instead, or any other tool in Photoshop that you'd find useful. And this is the beauty of the Tourbox. You can customize it to do whatever you want it to do, as long as there are keyboard shortcuts available. Let me show you how easy it is to customize this using a program that doesn't have a stock preset that comes with the Tourbox. This is Adobe Bridge, which I frequently use along with Adobe Camera Raw instead of Lightroom. If I open this image in Camera Raw, and then use the top wheel to try to zoom in like I did in Photoshop, it doesn't zoom. It just opens up this weird color setting thing, which is not very helpful at the moment. And I can press these other buttons and things and nothing really happens. So to get this going, you just pull up the Tourbox console, and here on the left you can see a panel of different presets. Photoshop and Lightroom come preloaded, and I've just created a blank preset by pressing this plus icon here, and I named it Adobe Camera Raw, but you can name yours whatever you want. Now, you select the icon for the button or dial you want to change in the list, or you can just press the button or dial on the Tourbox, and it'll automatically be selected. I'll select the scroll wheel and click on the text, and it brings up the settings. In this box, it shows the current setting, and I'll delete that, and then you can just press the keyboard shortcut that you want to replace it with. In Camera Raw, zooming is the same as it is in Photoshop, so I'm going to press Ctrl-, and then press OK. Once that's done, out here in the list, there's an option for turning that knob the other direction, so I'll open that now and press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+. With that done, we can go back to Camera Raw, and when you roll this wheel, it now zooms in and out. Nice. Now, if I want to be able to use the far right button to drag this screen around like I can in Photoshop, I'll do the same thing again. Open the console, and then just click the right button to select it in the list. Then open the settings, and here I'll replace the default setting with the spacebar. I'll close back out of this, And you can see that when I hold down this button with my thumb, I can now drag the image around in the workspace, and of course, I can zoom in at the same time if I want to. I'd also like to set this thing so that if I press the scroll wheel button, it will zoom to 100%. So again, I'll open the console, and I'll look at a quick reminder of what that shortcut is. It's Control-Alt-0, and I'll set that and check that it's working in Camera Raw. And now, just quickly, I also set the top button to the white balance eyedropper tool, since I use that pretty frequently. And I set the second right button to the crop tool, since I use that a lot. And for quicker navigation, I set the small left round button to take me to the basic settings panel, and I set the small right button to the optics settings, so that it's easy to jump down there and apply the lens settings. Some of you may know that you can press the Tab key to jump between different slider settings over here on the right, and you can also press the Shift tab to jump to the previous setting. I decided to put those two shortcuts on the up and down buttons on the navigation pad on the Tourbox, which works really nicely to scroll through the controls and make adjustments then using the center knob. I won't keep boring you with the complete setup of this thing, but if you want to download the preset, I'll provide a download link below in the description. That's exactly what I did to use the Tourbox with DaVinci Resolve. A YouTuber named Tom Antos made a preset for Resolve, and I downloaded it from his site, and it makes the program way easier for me to use. Notice that when you open up a new program or switch between programs, the Tourbox console automatically switches to the forward program's presets if you have auto switching turned on. With a video project opened up here, you can see that the scroll wheel is set up to play the video forward or backwards at various speeds, and the click in that wheel stops the playback. And if you use the flat dial, you can just scrub forward or backward on the timeline, which is pretty handy. And what's also really handy is that if you turn the middle knob, it zooms in or out on the timeline. For this program, the far right button is set to the blade tool if you want to make some cuts in your clips, and the button next to it returns you to the main selector tool. Oh, and this is cool. If you press the right little round button, it selects all of the clips to the right of the playhead so that you can move them to insert a clip. Or you can press the left little round button to select all the clips to the left. So all of that is good. And another part that is pretty good is the price. Only $179 from Amazon, or $169 if you buy it directly from Tourbox, or $159 if you buy it from Tourbox and you use the $10 discount code that I'm putting down in the description below, along with affiliate links. And that means it's time for the bad, although luckily there isn't a whole lot of that. But I do have some complaints. The main one is the tactile feel of two of the wheels. Although the base of this thing is pretty hefty, the middle knob and the flat wheel both feel a bit rattly and plasticky rather than smooth and sturdy. Maybe you can hear how they feel. Additionally, in the Tourbox console, we get a lot of button combinations for shortcuts, but there could be a lot more. For example, you can combine the side buttons with the direction pad buttons, but not with the round buttons. I'd really like to see that get expanded, Better yet, I'd like to see user-generated key combinations that we could create and assign ourselves in the console. Other than that, I've been pretty happy with the Tourbox. The hardest thing for me was that I've been using Photoshop for 25 years now, so the keyboard shortcuts that I use are already second nature to me. Switching to another device for them was actually harder than my normal workflow at first. Where I really saw a difference, though, was with programs like DaVinci Resolve that I'm still learning and getting more efficient with. And even with programs like Adobe Camera Raw that I know pretty well, once I got adjusted to the Tourbox, it really helped speed things along, and I'm sure that it would be even faster in Lightroom if I used it regularly. So if you prefer using controls that you can touch and turn with your hands rather than manipulating images on a screen, I definitely recommend giving the Tourbox a try. It does have the potential to be a big help. And that's it. If you're not already subscribed and are interested in seeing my upcoming lens comparison videos, this is a good time to subscribe, or at least give this video the old thumbs up. See you next time. Stay safe out there.